I created a simple software that can automatically create videos for you. I'm not talking about a generative video AI model that is extremely hard. I'm talking about using existing AI APIs to create a reasonably polished video automatically. The idea is very simple. Use AI to plan all the videos, use AI to write the detailed script for you, and then use AI to create the required assets, and finally use AI to edit the entire video. The entire project took about 4 hours to complete, and here's the tech stack that I used for it. Instead of creating a full detailed video, I wanted to create a high level summary of what it takes to work on such a project and what are the key decisions you have to make. I think this will be very helpful for anyone who wants to build a similar tool or wants to use AI to build something else. While working on such projects, the idea is to first scope out the detailed requirements. So here, given that I'm the one who is going to be using this tool, I thought I'll make it as a command line tool, which is very easy for me to control. Second, overall, there will be three core functionalities that this tool does. One, it can create scripts, and then second, it can create assets, and then third, it can put all the assets together in a timeline to create a final video. The next step would be to detail each of these blocks just a bit more. To simplify, I ensured that all of my scripts always had the same number of scenes and the same format. Second, I wanted to ensure that every video has the same format, right? It contains three things. It has a talking head video, which is basically a cartoonish version of me delivering content. Second, there is going to be a background asset which will be created using VO2. I chose VO2 primarily because of cost reasons. And then third, in some cases, there will be key highlight text that is shown as an overlay on top of the video. And that is basically it. If I'm able to get this piece done, any other extension in the future can be done by using the same logic. The first part of the project was fairly easy to complete. So here we are talking about creating a script file that provides enough information for each and every scene so that a parser or a program can later read through it and create the required video. Now, here the primary challenge was actually in figuring out what the format should be. I could have gone with purely JSON, and I think in retrospect, I think I should have stuck with JSON instead of figuring out a new format. At that time, my thinking was that the format should be slightly more readable, and if I want to make quick edits to the scripts, it should be easy. That's why I chose this particular format. But then I encountered unnecessary parsing errors because of this particular approach, because it's fairly confusing, right? However, this is the final output. Here you can see that there are 6 scenes, and each scene has the required details for the subsequent programs to process. The second step was fairly easy to complete. Here we are primarily creating assets based out of our script. Now, at the end of the day, there are only three types of assets that I'm creating. First is a talking head video. So here there's an animated or a cartoonish version of me, which basically delivers whatever text is written in the script. For this, I'm basically using Lemonslice and ElevenLabs. The second piece is almost like a B-roll footage. So here, when I'm actually talking, or rather when my talking head or cartoonish version is actually talking, there needs to be a B-roll footage. The third piece is actually creating text. Here, I'm not using any APIs. I'm just using MoviePy's inbuilt text clip feature for it. The final piece of this particular project was to put together all the videos and create one final out file. Now here I had to make a couple of choices. So one thing is I created templates. The idea behind template is very simple. Each frame contains basically two parts, right? There's a top half and bottom half, and on top of you have one particular asset playing, and on the bottom half there's another asset. Now this is one template. The other template is a full screen template where just one asset is being played. So the idea would be to kind of mix and match these templates to create the final video. Here the overall challenge is basically just in positioning of the clips. Each and every video asset, right, is basically of different audio duration and different overall video duration as well. So how do you merge them? Now here I had to make some choices, right? Either you basically use the shortest clip as the anchor duration or the largest clip. Basically there are a bunch of ways. What I ended up doing is I ended up taking the audio duration as the anchor duration, and I basically just stretched out or sped up clips to match that particular duration. That was one piece. Second piece is basically positioning of assets. Now I think this is very very simple, but sometimes it takes a little bit of time to just understand what is the where the coordinate system is, especially when you're using a library like MoviePy. At the end of the day, here is how the video basically looks like.
Ever wondered what materials can survive the harsh environment of space and help us reach the stars? Space materials must withstand extreme temperatures, radiation, and zero gravity conditions. First major material is titanium alloys, lightweight yet incredibly strong, perfect for spacecraft frames. Carbon fiber composites are even lighter than titanium but maintain exceptional strength for satellite panels. Heat-resistant ceramics protect spacecraft during re-entry withstanding temperatures over 1500 degrees Celsius. Which space material fascinates you most? Share this with future engineers and follow for more space technology insights.
That's basically how this entire project works. I did not spend a whole lot of time in ensuring that the UI looks really nice here. I think that is fairly easy to do. If that is something that you are interested in, I think you should just spend more time on that to create more beautiful transitions, work on the typography, and then work on balancing the elements in a particular frame. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and if you have any comments, please let me know.